Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm talking about dating, and one of the things that I feel like people kind of pass over, and this is what my dad used to tell me when I was like dating people, but before I didn't understand why he said this. He actually said two things, and my dad is such he's a stand-up type of man. He is like super loyal to my mom. They've been married for I don't even know how many years, but they stayed married. My parents were and are still together. And so I really value his opinion now that I'm older because back then I didn't really get it. And I think back then I was so brainwashed by the American culture where you can like sleep around and try everything once, you know? So that really messed with my head and I didn't value his comment because sometimes I was like, "Oh, well he was born in Vietnam, like what does he know about kids nowadays?" Right? But when you think about it, his wisdom was just so good and I just didn't appreciate it at the time when I was like 16, I think. But he said two things that really resonate and that now based on my past terrible experience actually served to be true. And one of them was how to tell if the guy is a good guy. And he told me, go look at his friends, meet his friends. And this is so freaking true because when you meet the guy's friends, the people that he resonates with, that he bounces ideas off of, they're going to be either high level or low level. So I'll give you a few examples. So the first guy that had a really huge impact in my life, he was the highest person from my perspective that he was the most educated, most successful person in his friend group. But then when I looked at his friend group, it was like people who are like musicians, which is totally fine, but they're not really that driven. Like their only thing that they loved was music. So they didn't they didn't have much of like family values, stuff like that. So it was just, they drank, they experimented with drugs. So it was just not what I found the same of what I was looking for in my future. But I didn't listen to that. And I just continued dating that one person. And it ended up being all bad. Okay. Most traumatic relationship ever. The second person was that had a huge impact on my life. It wasn't as bad, but he was like my rebound person. But I dated this person, and all his friends were party people. And lo and behold, he was a party person. So our alignment just didn't match. I mean, I was a party person too because I was on the rebound, but that was his like main goal. So that didn't align. So at the end of the day, the way to know if he's a good guy is to check out his friends. If his friends are all low lives, guess what? Like maybe his shadow side is he's a low life and he is just showing you his good side for now. But yeah, take a look at his friends. And then the second thing, actually, now that I think of it, it's three things, okay, that my dad told me. And the second thing was he was like, take a look at their family. So the way you learn, this is what I learned in like therapy and just like doing self-study and self-development. When you look at their family, they learn how to love or what love is, unconditional love from their parents. So if their parents are really disturbed or really like messed up or they have a terrible relationship, then that's what they learned from. Granted, they could have gone to therapy and rewired that, but just take a look at that. Something to consider, but definitely not be all end all, but take a look at that. And the third thing is my dad would say, like when you're dating them, you want to see if they do like the big points, like they get the big points. And I was like, what the hell is he talking about? And he compared it to like tennis. So he was saying like when you like similar to tennis, when you play for tennis, you don't want to get the small points like 1 point, 2 point, 3 point, like basketball, 1 point, 2 point. If you hit, I think this is the game in tennis. If you throw the ball from like way back in the court, it's worth more points, right? Or like if you hit the ball and you get a winning shot, like maybe you drop shot it next to the net and have to run all the way from the back to get the ball, but they don't get it, that's like a big point to win the game. And so what he was saying in relationships is like if they show up for you for those big moments. So I'll tell you like say you're like struggling and they help you with your finances, or they help you study, or they're there for you when everyone just kind of left you, or things like that. Or if you needed a ride to get to work, or you needed a ride to get to something really important where you had to be there for someone's health issue or something like that, they showed up and they were there on time and they said what they're going to do and they kept their word. Those are big points. What are not big points is like, okay, maybe he opens a door. That's a small point. Okay. And when I was younger, I was thinking, oh, he didn't open the door. He's not good. That's incorrect. That's terrible thinking. And it's like not, oops, my alarm here. That's not something that's going to help you have a good marriage or a good family. So the second, and so like another thing that's a small point, a second one that's a small point is like maybe he gets you flowers. While that is great and he's really romantic, it doesn't test like loyalty, security, stability. Are they going to be there for you? Stuff like that. So don't get confused with like the small points and like the really big points. So, yeah, those are my like three things that I learned from my dad, who's a great man, where you can figure out if the guy is good. And the reason why I wanted to say this is because sometimes, like, from the luck of the draw, we're not given a good father, and that's totally okay. So you don't have an example and you don't know what to go off of how to choose men. So hopefully this will be helpful to you, and let me know how you use this information in your dating. And if it has helped you, let me know. Okay. So write a comment, tell me a story. If you need some advice, write a comment, like and subscribe. I've been like on a roll with these videos. So if you find it helpful, give me feedback, because let me know if I should keep going. I am a children's yoga teacher. I'm a mom. I teach normal yoga. Yeah, and I like shopping. So if you like any of those things, or you resonate with any of those type of things, like and subscribe. And yeah, let me know what you think. I'll catch you guys later. Bye.